Got to try and talk to the camera now with the wife in the van, so she put me off. So anyhow, this is my secret mark. And before you start shouting, as in it's not your secret mark, Vern, you've fished there before twice and blanked, you'll be right, because this isn't exactly the secret mark. And I wouldn't even say it's a secret mark, to be honest. I would say that it's a mark that people have fished, but it's not ever been uploaded up on YouTube as far as I can see. So the tide is down here now. It's gone down about 1 metre now. So what we're going to do is, as soon as that water hits the concrete path down the bottom that you all know, you've seen it in the videos before, I'm taking a walk down that path over my shoulder, as you can see, and we're going to walk to a special place and sneak through, which you are permitted to do. There's no breaking of any laws here, just probably a bit of stupidity. And I'm going to fish a low water mark, and that low water mark, in my opinion, is quite impressive. I have been told about this mark. I had a chat with someone in this car park, and he told me about it, and I knew about what he was talking about, because every time I go over the bridge I can see where he's talking about, and you will see where that is shortly. I will strike the camera up before then, because I've got to talk to the camera to do something. So next time you see me, it'll be down on the mark and waiting for the tide to go out, because I need the tide to go out. The wife is with me today, very kindly so, because she could be at home doing her chores. But she's come down today because I asked her, because it's a low water mark and I don't want to get cut off. Now, that ain't going to happen, but it'll just sort of like calm me down a bit, because obviously on a new fishing mark and a place where you never fished, either a rock mark or anything like that, there's always a bit of nervousness and that. So because you've never done it before, it's out of your comfort zone. So this is out of my comfort zone, never seen it on YouTube, like I say, and the next time you see me, I'll be down on the mark waiting for the tide to go out. Well, we're down at the mark. We've been here for possibly an hour and a half now, and when we got here the water was down here, literally down where these rocks are. Then I saw the next 1.5 meters and I thought, oh, that's good firm ground, that is, because I've chucked stones on it. And then that turned up, and obviously that's silt. The stones, you might see some marks where I've chucked them stones in and they disappear. So I understand that my boots are going to get muddy, not bothered about that. But last year when I came here, this right out into the gully was all stony, and you could walk on it and get your shoes a bit muddy. That log that you see there, that's a great big tree that obviously been washed down the river. You can see the size of that. I keep calling it a tree stump, but it's a tree, fallen tree. And you can see how big it is, and you can see how the silt is built up to that. So it's quite deep around that, and I believe that that log has created all this, because this wasn't here last year. So thank you, log. But last year me and my daughter walked across that log. So I'm gonna have to go down. I've already been down to the shoreline where the swans are, over that side, because it's stony and it's only like an inch and a half of mud. But the sand spit that I'm going to be fishing on, yeah, I'm going to be fishing on a sand spit, comes down into a point, and I don't know if over there where all those right there where my finger is going there, I don't know whether the point of the sand spit actually goes that far. But if I venture down there, I can then walk along and see what happens, can't we? So The sand spit is a natural sand spit. There's no mud on that, or there wasn't. It could have changed now, but we'll have to just wait and see. But yeah, this is the start of the fishing mark. It is time. Time is 11:45. Low water is, I think it's 22 centimeters, so it's very low. And the reason I've come on this tide is obviously it'll give me longer to fish on this sandbank. The sandbank travels all the way over to the upright stanchion on the Humber bridge. So it's going to make for a good video. I've been wanting to do this since last year. I should have done it last year, but I do believe we came here and then in November we had the second lockdown, didn't we? Where everything was shut down just for the month. And then it was reopened for Christmas, and then it was shut down in January. But obviously I wouldn't fish here in the winter. I would say on a nice winter's day where there's no rain or anything and there's a low tide, it'd be alright actually. Yeah, it's a shame that this is silted up like it has, because I would have just walked straight across here and straight onto it. So there's still possibly not a chance of me getting on there, depending how far up my wellies it go. And I don't want to walk out there with my basket and fishing rod and end up stuck in the mud, and I've got to leave my boots there and walk with all these sharp stones, because I walk a bit like a fairy when I'm walking on stones. It hurts your feet. So yeah, next time you see me, hopefully we'll be crossing the water and getting on the sandbank. Ain't that right, Pet?
Yeah.
Got the wife with me for support. I think the speed this water comes in, I think I'll be alright. You've just got to get off at the right time, haven't you? So yes, weird one. I could have fished some of this water here, but I can't be arsed. I just came here just to fish this sandbank. Right, time is now. Look at that pretty face, eh? Only a face a mother could love. So go away. It's 6 minutes past 1, high tide at 3 o'clock, low tide is at 3:15. And what we have now is we've got the main sandbanks showing there, then there's a gully, and then there's another sandbank to the bridge. You can touch the bridge, and then we've got water in front, but right in front of us here, there is the sandbank showing. So in about 5 or 10 minutes I'm gonna get all my gear on, and I'm gonna walk down there onto all them rocks that you can see, past Mr. Swan, and then get to this sandbank here. This shouldn't be too muddy and sinky, whereas this will be. I think I could even walk through this mud to where in between these logs. I would probably go that side of that log because there might not be so much silt there. But yeah, that log over there, that was about 1.5 feet in diameter, and you can only see the top third of it. So it is in a lot of mud, and that is creating this silt here. And you've got another log there, there's a log over there, there's another log or lump of concrete there. So what I shall be doing, like I say, walk down here along the shoreline. I might have the camera on because I should be alright, but I am going to be hands full, and then I'm going to start fishing on this sand here, on this sandbank. The issue with that is that 20, 30, 40, 50 yards out in front of me, it's going to be very shallow. Now the whole idea of this trip is to get on the sandbank the far side and fish into the main channel of the river. Been told that there could be bass there or whatever, we'll just have to see. But I've now come to realise that I aren't going to be fishing it for very long at all. 2 hours before low water, and I've got this much water still in front of me. So I might only be out there an hour. It might be 30 minutes before low and 30 minutes after low, and then I might have to start making my way back. But I don't think I'm gonna get trapped out there. You just got to use your common sense. I'm not promoting that anybody does this, but you've just got to make sure that your footing is firm underneath. You don't want to lose your boot and get stuck. But at the end of the day, you can still crawl across that, but you'll just be covered in mud, and so will all your gear. So it's not a problem. It can be sorted, but I don't think I shall get into any issues whatsoever. Time will tell. And you could see me in the next clip covered in mud, with laying on my back with my blue box breaking my back in half, covered in mud, and my missus falling off this chair behind her, laughing her head off on the bank. So we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? I'll probably get attacked by the swan as well that's down there, because I'll probably disturb its sleep. But yeah, I shall be fishing in shallow water. I don't expect to get much, but what it will enable me to do is to get all my gear set up over there so that I'm ready to fish. Anyhow, that's enough yapping, because there's probably been 10 ton of yapping, and you want to see some fishing, don't you, and catching. So if you want to do that and watch some catching, not fishing, because you will be seeing that shortly on my video, but if you want to watch some catching, you have to go watch another video with someone else. But yeah, but do that after you've finished watching this video, because obviously I need the view. Well, I don't need the view, it's just nice to have the view, isn't it? Once you click on it straight away and I get the view, don't I? But I like to, all the effort I've put in, which you could probably write on the back of a crisp packet, but yeah, all the effort I've put in getting there. I've checked this mark out a couple of times, many times driving over the bridge, and yeah, I want to be rewarded with a nice fish, really, to be honest. But I ain't in a grumpy mood. I'm not moaning or groaning or ranting. I could rant about something, but then I might get the sack, so I shan't be doing that. But what I will say is that on a day like this, sunny, it's going to absolutely chuck it down tomorrow, but it's sunny today. It's absolutely glorious here. What's to get in the mood about? So you'll just have to watch another video if you want to watch some moaning, and I'm sure it'll happen, because I moan all the time. So it's me. Hey, I've just come from over there, walked all the way down there to the shoreline here, and I'm just walking across here. I'm just letting Mrs. Swan, or Mr. Swan, get a move on. Sorry for it being jolty, but it's just the way it is. I'm walking along the shoreline, because even though it's muddy, there's quite a lot of bricks, as you can see, which has got quite a bit of support for my fat frame. But even the mud is like a layer of silt. Look at that. Look at that old bottle there. See that? That's an old baby bottle, isn't it? Can I get that? Because I ain't got enough to contend with, have I? Right. Now we're mudlarking. Verns sea fishing, stroke mudlarking. Yeah, so yeah, all that worrying I was doing, well, I weren't worrying, I just didn't think I'd get down. But yep, I'm down. And we're on the sandbank. Ooh. Yeah, that's nearly fell in there, didn't it? Right, let's get this down. Put this down here. Right. Well, I just walked on that sandbank there and started sinking into it. So another thing, like here, like now, you have to be very, very careful and not stupid and come out here in the first place. I think this is quicksand. Yeah. Oh dear. Don't know why that spanner's showing. Right, yeah. So what you need to be careful of, because the tide hasn't gone out properly yet, the tops peaks of this are quicksand basically. So it needs to be, you need to be a bit careful. You need to, don't do this. Don't do what I do. Oh, nearly fell backwards then. Don't do what I do. I know for a fact, I've been on this sandbank before when the tide was fully out, because what you've got is, because this is high here, the water is still there, so it's still wet underneath there, so the top falls in. Once this tide goes totally out, then obviously the sand base firms up, so that's what you've got to be careful of. So I'm not going to walk on any, and put a disclaimer in on this, Tom, I'm not going to walk on any peaks of this sandbank, because obviously they're going to be sinky, like what I'm doing now. So we've got loads of rigs down there where people have got caught up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them out. Don't know if I'm going to be able to. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this to bed for a minute. It keeps coming up with a spanner on it now. Ain't life hard with GoPros? They're either really good or they pain in the arse at times. Well, it's me again. It's me again. I think this is filming. It keeps coming up with a spanner. Anyhow, let's hope I've got something. What I've done is I've had to take out, I don't know if you can see that, but I've had to take out, this is a little bit ad hoc. This is a little bit ad hoc, as in, what's the matter with that bloody camera? See, I might have a rant in a minute, because this bloody camera's doing my flipping head in. This tripod, I've took the leg off, as you can see. There's the leg, look, waggling about, and I'm using that to poke in front of me. Tom will put a disclaimer up before this video. This is not for anybody to do unless you've done it before. I have been on this sandbank before, twice, admittedly in the same day, but the tide had gone right out and this sandbank was solid underfoot. There was nothing sinky at all. But obviously with the water only just gone out, it's a little bit sinky, let's just say that. This metal tripod leg has gone down probably about 2 foot, so I'm not really relishing the fact of me sinking down 2 foot, because that's my welly's gone. I want to be fishing now. I don't think there's going to be a lot of time for fishing, but that's what this is about. This is about showing you this. If you can see over there, you can see there is now no water around the Humber bridge on that upright stanchion, and shortly I could walk over to that. Now that end has gone first. I take it I might be able to go over there. That's what I'm going to do, but I haven't got any means of holding this camera, so I'm going to walk over there first. Unless I go down there to the shoreline where I was and fish there, but then I aren't any further out into the river, am I? The whole idea is getting out there, so we'll go out there. So you'll see me again in a minute, probably cursing this camera, and we'll see what happens. So what I'm doing is I'm checking this sandbank here. This is now firm. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I wouldn't recommend anybody to do this. I'm doing this so you don't have to. See us? Yeah. Can't even draw a line in it, can you? It's a shame. What will it be like over there? Jesus, that's gone right in, look. It's a bit concerning. It's because the water level is still within this sand. If you can see where the water level is over there, it's as soon as the water disappears, you can go on it. This bit here seems taller, so I could possibly fish this, couldn't I? Possibly fish this. I'm gonna have to leave all my gear on the side of the bank, and I've got two people coming down now to my gear. So don't think I'm going to get very long, but it wasn't what it was about. You know, things don't always go right, do they? Well, I know this bit's alright to walk on, so I'll put my tripod back together, set my tripod up and walk over there and fish that bit. Ooh, that ain't right. Where did I cross? Don't want to be on this bit. I can feel this sinking. Yeah, I don't like that. Need to cross there. Ooh, don't like that there either. Let's get over here on this mud here, because at least I know that I ain't going to go that far. Oh dear. Felt quite confident then as I walked down there, which is where I walked across actually. Started to sink. Do I go back down there? See, it's all out of the bridge. Perhaps I need to be further down there. Perhaps I need to be further down there, but I aren't. I think it's just a case of waiting for that tide to get down. It's 2:10. I've dropped my glove and all. Gonna have to go back and get my glove look. Can't litter, can I? You know, I might fall in here and drown, mightn't I? But can't litter. Great. Let's just get across there again. I don't like this bit. This bit is... it's terrible. I've been so looking forward to coming here. I'm trying to give it a go though, aren't I? I'm trying to give it my best shot. But when I came here with my daughter and saw it, I must have come at the top of the tide and it was firm as anything. But there, I'll be back in a minute. just gonna have to. Right, so we're on here. This bit's firm. You just have to wait for the right length of time. I ain't brought a tripod. I suppose I could have done. I could go back for it. So put that there. I should pick it up and put it in the flask. I'm gonna stink a fish. I've got nothing. Don't even think I brought a pair of scissors. Like I say, I might look a bit amateurish doing this, and obviously I am. It's because the first time I've ever done it. This is a totally new learning curve. 5 minutes ago I didn't think it was possible, but I'm thinking that it is possible now. But I need to bring a different rod. So here's my cling film from my bait, and I'll put it in the top of that, close that up, and it's done. That's the only bait I've got. I don't think I shall use it up. We've got a couple of people walking across the foreshore, young lads. If they walk up there, I've got my twisty ties for me rod and me tripod round my neck. Forgot to take them off. Probably bring a sand spike here. Yeah, probably need to bring a sand spike. But yeah, so I am probably 150 yards out at the minute, but I know for a fact this goes out further yet. But having saying that, the foreshore has all changed since the last time I was here, and if the foreshore has changed, could have changed out there as well, couldn't it? I've just got my line doubled round my fingers like that, so if I feel a bite, I'll feel it pull on my fingers. I've even left my hat in the box. So I am now a ginger person that's been out in the sunshine for more than 20 minutes, which means I'm getting sunburned. So I'm using my leader icon rod. I probably should have brought, I've got a 10-foot fiberglass rod at home, and next time I'm going to bring that. I'm going to order an aluminium spike. The time is now 2:20 so I've got on there 3/4 of an hour before low. Now it's not going to be a long fishing session, I'll just assure you, but it's different, isn't it? I'm virtually level with the Humber bridge. I could go walk over there now, to be honest, because all that area now will be dry and not sinky sand. When I first got on the first 2 bits of the sand spit that was showing, it was like quicksand. You just don't want to do that. You have to wait until this tide gets out, and then you're missing the fishing. So you've just got to think to yourself, sod the fishing. What we're going to do is we're just going to get out there when it's safe, and it's like half an hour either side of low, really. It's going to be an hour's worth of fishing. So you need a rod that you can either hold. I've got a bass rod actually. I might actually bring that next time, my bass rod. Very light. Use that, cast it out. Failing that, I'll use my 10-foot fiberglass rod. I'm going to get a sand spike, and I'm going to have my bait, and that's it. So it'll be reel and that, and job done. I don't even need to have my pen spin fishers either. I don't even need them, so I shall get kitted up with just a cheap, not a cheap reel, but I mean, matter of fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. No, when they aren't big enough, I should get another reel that's smaller on that rod. That rod don't matter if it gets chucked down on the beach either. And that's what I'll do. So I shall just have a rod, a reel, my bait in a flask, because I can put my squid and carp in there. I can also put some black lug, oil black lug, and all I need, in fact, is a little tiny satchel on my back. I brought my box because I thought I'd be on air for 2 or 3 hours and I need to sit down, and that's not the case. That's just not going to happen. So what I'll do is get the right stuff so that I can fish this. As long as you don't come onto this sand spit too soon, like what I did, everything's a learning curve, then it's going to be safer. If you come on too soon and walk out in the water, you'll just sink. I brought the wife with me, God bless her, she come with me, she didn't moan, because I was concerned about the water zooming in behind. But it's a case of you're fishing by this time, and I now know that at 45 minutes before low, I could get on. Before that, it was treacherous. I wanted to fish right down there, but it just hasn't happened. I could possibly walk across here now to that mark. If I don't get anything here, I might up sticks and just walk along. In fact, that's what we'll do. We shall just walk along this shoreline. As long as it's firm underfoot, that's what I'll do. And she'd come with me just to check to make sure the water didn't get in and wash off. But that's, like I said, did I say that? Oh, I can't remember. You got to think everything's going through my mind at the minute. This is a totally new thing. I've been on air before, walked all on this sand spit with my daughter, but we haven't fished, and my fishing box is right down there. I found a bit of flint earlier and I put it in a tree, and I think those 2 lads have got it now. I was going to take that home. I ain't got any scissors with me, forgot my scissors. I've only got the one rig, but it's just a short walk back into it, so. This won't be one of my longest videos, it's probably a good thing really, but it's different. Let's move along. No point staying in the one place, is there? So yeah, this is it. This is what I've wanted to fish. Feels firm underfoot. Definitely won't firm back there. I don't know what it's going to be like through this run of water. Gonna have to just risk it, aren't I? Firm again. So what we're doing is now, as you can see, we've got the Humber Bridge in front of us. This is the sand spit. Wife is on the bank. Ooh, 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 ooh. Don't like. Walk inwards. Walk inwards. And walk high. I think this is where it gets cut off, so I don't want that to happen. Oh, do you know what? I think I'll just stay where I was. Oh shit. Right, Let's fish over here. This feels alright. And we'll go back where we were. I ain't walking all the way to the Humber Bridge because that must be half a mile away. So I'm going to fish here. Oh, did you see that? Right, see that wet sand there right in front of me? That's where I was walking and started to sink. This is so dangerous. I wouldn't recommend anybody do this. If you come with at all, and that's simple as that. It's not saying that I aren't going to do it again. I'm learning about it all the time, and at the minute that feels firm underfoot. So yeah, it's not good. I expect it'd be alright over there, but I'm not risking it. So we'll have a cast here. I'm not going any further. Then we're going back over there where it's firm ground and safe. That's what I'm going to do. Absolutely beautiful mark. Please don't come here and fish it. I'll leave it more for me, but it is so dangerous. I must have been here last time with Tanisha when it was at the bottom of low tides, because it was solid everywhere. We were running and jumping about because I didn't have a hip then, but it's well, I did have my hip then, probably just starting. So yeah, you have to be so careful. I wouldn't recommend, and I wouldn't say to anybody to do this. And I might do this again this year, but it'll be under totally different conditions as well. Good to be here. It's a video that ain't on YouTube. That's what I wanted to do. This is mainly for that. I wanted to show people this sand spit and the Humber with the Humber Bridge behind me. I mean, that is one hell of a picture. But yeah, you have to be careful. You have to wait until it's nearly low water before you come on it. I'm not going to keep saying that. I've said enough now. Tom's going to put a disclaimer on this at the beginning, and it'll say at the end, only foolish will do it, because you can't educate pork, and I must be pork. So I've got no tripod. I decided to leave it at the shore because I didn't want to carry it. I will have a sand spike next time, but it's alright holding my rod. I can feel a bite. I keep doing my line. I've just been taking some pictures. That is wet sand. That ain't drying out, so it wouldn't take long, to be honest. It wouldn't take long. For it to come up to here. So, not going to get much of a fishing session in here. 20 minutes to low water. Can you hear the whistling in the wind on my line? So we've got squid and carp. That's the only bait I've got with me at the minute. All the rest is on the shoreline. I'll be so pleased when I get back to that shoreline. The next time I come, I shall be prepared. Now I know, because this is a totally new experience to me. I didn't know what to expect. Like I say, I've been on this bank before, but I didn't feel these quicksandy bits. That's not good. And they probably go down 2 foot. Not saying it'll swallow you up to the top of your head, but you'll get lose your boots, put it that way. What a place to be. Saturday afternoon, glorious sunshine, getting burnt to a crisp as a ginger. And what a place to be. My wife is with me. She's on the foreshore. It's my daughter was panicking a bit last night. She talks, my daughter, who's 21, talks to us as though we're bloody, I don't know, 9-year-olds. I had to get on this bank. I took one of the legs off, because my legs on the tripod come off. Sometimes it annoys you, but other times it's got a good reason. And I used that as a stabbing spike. So when I came on air eventually and got on air to fish, I knew it was okay in places, but it's not okay everywhere. You can see that there. I've got no gloves, so I can't really chuck it out because it hurts my finger. I've only got really soft hands because I use fairy washing up liquid, you see. And they're very delicate. The wife doesn't like my hands when they get all rough. Don't know why. My box is over there. The wife is on the bank. Don't know if you can see her. She's just lifted her head up. She carried me. Brilliant errand as my wife. And that's it. And there's the bridge. And back to the shore to the wife again. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Look at the sky. Absolutely fantastic. Right, I just walked down there then. I just walked down there. Let me just try and level this camera up. I just walked down there then. You'll have to forgive me about all this because this isn't a comfort zone fishing. Yeah, I just walked down there to the shoreline just to make sure that if I catch something I can return it and it's not like quicksand. And I got right close to the water so I can get in the water there. Why over there as you go near the water it turns into quicksand, and like you can see all the water coming up in the sand. That's what you have to look for. On this I've got where my footprint is, but the water comes up all around your foot, and you can then start, as soon as that water comes up you start going down, so you have to get off bloody quick. You've got time to get off, but you have to have cat-like skills like what I've got to actually avoid sinking into the sand. That's why I'm out here fishing and you aren't, because with my cat-like skills of speed and quickness like that, I should be alright. I've done a risk assessment. It came up as a 2, low warning, green, as long as you do everything correctly. Nothing as of yet. Hopefully when I reel this one in, now I've freed up the wires on the lead weight, it should just, hopefully the wires will break out so the weight will just drag up the beach instead of jumping around everywhere. I normally have silicone going past on the snood, going past the weight, and that's to avoid, or try and help avoid, the your snood getting caught around your weight. On this one I haven't. I copied this rig from Bandit Fishing. I talked about it in the last video. I like the rig. It does come undone occasionally, so I've tied some different ones now with different components as well, and hopefully it'll be better. The beach has changed quite a bit. I think I've already said it, but I'm going to say it again. This was just one sandbank with one groove through the middle where the channel come in, and it then separated it into 2. But there's lots of divots and holes in this sand now where it's been scooped out by the tides, and that's holding water back, which then makes parts of it, before you get onto here, a little bit sinky. So that's something you have to watch out for as well. But yeah, so it has changed quite a bit since I was on there with my daughter. I got no water. There's only a couple more tides that I can catch on this bank. The next one's next month, and it's on a Monday, so I shall be back here giving it a go with the updated fishing equipment. Not necessarily new, it's all old, but it's going to be used. Going to do a bait change in a minute. Plenty of tension on this line. I'll be able to feel anything that bites it. Hopefully it'll drag me down into the water, but yeah, it's not looking good. You ain't got long on there. It's a totally different experience. It's an absolutely fantastic day. Face is getting hot now, so I'm getting burnt, but does it matter? Bit of sunburn, die somewhat, I suppose, don't it? Don't mean that, it's just a flippant saying, because obviously I wouldn't want that to happen to me or anyone else. But it's inevitable that you get burnt occasionally, especially when you leave your hat in the box like an idiot. All I do is put it on my head, don't I? Yeah, you must be able to hear that wind on the line. But this sock that I put around my GoPro 7, which, you know, sometimes won't turn on and sometimes won't turn off, so you have to take the battery out and switch it off and then switch it on, basically, and it then works again. But a pain in the ass for that sometimes, but it's just the way it is, isn't it? Things don't always work, do they? Tom told me to get a Yee. I expect he's flicked something up on the screen now. I think it's called a Yee, or a Yam, or a Yit, or a Git. I don't know what it's called. I think it's a Yee. But at the time, it was lockdown and stuff started, and there weren't any in the country, and I just went with a name brand because you figure that everything's going to be alright with it. But it has its teething problems, but it hasn't let me down yet. I just don't like it when the spanner keeps coming up. I am tempted to go back across there, but I've been twice now. Well, I've been more than twice, but we're at a state of the tide now that is totally different. But if I walk 80 yards down there, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 ponds of seawater. And I think that holds the water up in the sand, which is why it was making it squidgy down there. If I walked past that another 100 yards, 120 yards, it'd probably be firm. But it's a long way out. Literally, I'd be halfway out into the Humber. If I was just here with my prodding stick, I'd probably go out there to have a walk out there to say that I've been halfway out into the river. Well, half the length of the bridge, put it that way. But I'm quite happy with being level with that stanchion, and when I reel in, I'm past it. So yeah. Now I didn't put the wires back on that. I don't think there's much tide run because we are now at (3:15). Which is low water. Now Tom might leave that pause in. It's just that I was looking at the bridge thinking how lovely it looks. I know it's industrial, but it does look nice. Don't worry, I'll feel a fish bite on this rod. Make you laugh, there's a ship being loaded down there, and I know exactly what it's like through working in mineral works all my life. But there is clouds of dust going up in the air from this boat that's being loaded. It's either being loaded or unloaded. And because it's in the middle of nowhere, nobody moans about it. But if it was anywhere near anybody, you'd have a load of bloody people there shouting climate change or environmental issues, weren't you? But sometimes things have to be loaded and there's a bit of dust, but certainly windy enough to blow it away. Some people up on the shoreline. I don't think they'll get my tackle box. I don't think they're the sort of people. Yeah, don't forget to check out my mate Danny. Landlocked, Hardcore, all the gang, you know. Somerset Tony. Yeah, go check them all out and give them a thumbs up on one of their videos, and it helps them out. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. But yeah, it's great, isn't it? Look, can you see that? It's where I'm fishing. That's it, that'll do. I didn't think I was going to get any fishing in at all. When it was all quicksandy over there, I thought I just ain't going to get on there. But I just calmed myself down really and thought, well, I think it was because you're trying to rush to get out there to get some fishing done. And you can't do that. You just have to get on there when you can get on there, when it's solid. And as soon as I realised that I was on there with my daughter and it was solid, it was just a case that I just then calmed down, decided that I was just taking the rod out and the flask of bait, and that was it. So yeah, so there we are on the River Humber. Sinky, 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 firm, and there we are. Wash my boots, look. Don't know why, because they'll get muddy again, won't they? Yeah, so here we are at the Humber on so that's where I normally fish, down there at that car park. Just giving it away now, ain't it? But never mind. You're crackers if you come here, absolutely crackers. And there's the bridge. So yeah, I can feel that's now getting not so firm, and that's like 5-10 minutes. So let's put that down. Right, we'll just walk back to my bait. Yeah, sorry about the clicking, it's just the way it is. If you can put up with my little old squid that I rabble on about, you can put up with a bit of a clicker. Right, it's firmer here, it's definitely drier here. So I'd say low water. The tide is probably now starting to come in. It's 3:25. Now I was on air in 40 minutes. I need to be off air by 4 o'clock. I don't even need to look at my line. Just on these fingers. If a fish bites this line, the line will ping off my fingers, and I'll have a fish. Returning it, well, I can get back there just about, so I can return it in 10 minutes. I don't know, but there's a channel here, and there's big ponds at the back, or big ponds, so I can put the fish in there. The tide's going to come in, fish will be fine. That's if I'm going to catch a fish, but I mean, you know, didn't catch at Tunstall, my favourite mark. I haven't caught hare yet, my favourite mark. I probably should have just brought, and this is another thing what I'll do, is I shall bring some black lug, oiled black lug, and I shall trim up some squid into little strips so I can tip it off, and that's what I'll bring. I'll probably bring some carp, but I shall probably stick it all in the flask. Don't know. I need a bum bag, so what I need is, in that bum bag I need a rig on a rig winder, and then I need a couple of weights on a bag round my waist or something, and rod. It'd be nice to have a sand spike. I've got a sand spike, but it's heavy, but I could, yeah, but we'll see. Get a sand spike, whether I use an old one or whether I get a new one. Old rod and a different reel. Looking forward to, on the way home, we're going to get a takeout. Don't know what. It could be McDonald's or it could be at the chip shop. Getting a kebab. It's a Turkish chip shop, and cracking chaps in there, lovely blokes, and they make me up my own dip for my kebab. But if you get an extra large kebab there, you get all the meat in one side in the tray, and it's full to the top, and then you get a separate tray, like a Chinese carton thing, full of your salad, which is all fresh. Lovely it is, absolutely lovely. I can put more tension on or less tension. More or less. More or less. Look at my arm, more or less. I'm getting arm pumped now. I better stop. My biceps won't match each other, will they? Well, I can't throw no stones. One, there ain't no stones there, and two, I can't reach the water with my girly throw. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I'm aware, got to frame the shot. Nobody else has fished on YouTube and published it on YouTube, fishing as good as next to the Humber Bridge. Now, we could be pedantic about it, and actually say, well, you're not that close, are you, Vern? That must be a third of a mile away, if not half. So, yeah, but it's close enough for me, and I think it's fantastic. I mean, here come another swan, about 2 foot off the ground. If you're thinking I aren't watching my bite, I'll feel this rod go like that. Remember, more tension, less tension. So yeah, yeah, I haven't seen anybody fishing on there. And I suppose you could say I've had a road trip to get here as well, because it was like 50 minutes travel. It was over 40 miles, probably about 47. I mean, what's that if that ain't a road trip? I think that's a good road trip, I do. Fishing somewhere I haven't fished before, and before you say it, yeah, I know it's the River Humber, but it's not Bay 28, is it? No. And it's not Bay 27, 19, 18 or 11. But I've wanted to do this for ages, and what enabled me to do it is I actually realised that I need to buy a tide book, and then you can plan many weeks, months in advance to where you want to fish and where. And for a mark like this, that was a godsend. I am getting sunburnt here on my head. Water started to come in now. Tides, the water comes in at different times in the duration of the tide, from low to high. I don't know what that is, but it'll come in slow and then it'll go like the crackers, and then it'll slow down, then it'll speed up again and slow down. Or it could do something totally different to that, but that's the general gist of it. But yeah, here we are, look, sun's over there. Sun's over there. I didn't think I was recording then. I'm sure you can see that bridge, and I can't because I ain't got my glasses on. Tom will pick it out. You must see that. Crumbs, it's massive. Is the wife still waving at me? Yeah, she's waving. She's got my sandwiches over there. I hope she ain't eating them. She's at all the dip. All the dip. She's at all the hummus. She's at all the crackers. And she's at all... What are they? Pepper sticks, you know. Peppers cut in sticks. Yeah, I didn't get much of that. If any. That water comes in quick. I mean, I'm level with the bridge here, as you can see, with that first stanchion. But water comes in. I need to walk over that way as well. I'll put you here. We'll fish it. We'll fish it until that water cuts. See, I ain't gone that far. I think the water's chasing me. Right, so all that carp will be gone out of that squid now, but you've still got the squid, so I'm fishing with the squid. And yeah, I'd probably be better off with worms, but I think I've got enough on my plate doing this. The next time I fish this mark, it'll be totally different. I will look like a polished professional. Won't have to hold my rod either. I want to walk the shoreline, and what I'll do is I'll pack my box up down there, and then I'll take you for a walk along the shoreline. There's a couple of places around there that you might actually get some weights. This sand behind me now might be rock hard because the water's had more time to drain. It's just these puddles that are Please don't tell me I'm repeating myself all the time. It's just that I look around and see these puddles, and I'm just trying to give some information of what I see. It's not necessarily the right information, it's just what I see and what I determine from what I'm looking at. Come on, let's have a bite with this clicker. Fantastic reels, these pen spin fishers. Yeah, once you buy a pen spin fisher, 6, 5, whatever reel you've got, can't see the point of getting another reel unless you want a smaller one. Yeah, fantastic reels. Eventually they'll bring out a pen spin fisher 7, and I will say there isn't a lot really they can do to it to make it better. Yes, you can buy more expensive reels for the money, and allegedly they're better, but you can drop that in the sand and rinse it off and it ain't going to affect it, and drop it in salt water and it ain't going to affect it because it's all waterproof. It's never let me down, touch wood. And yeah, why would you want another reel? Once should have bought them in the first place, and then I'd have saved probably I don't know, 150 quid, 200 quid. I don't know if you can see how this tide's coming in, but this tide is coming in, look. Can you see that? We've got the water coming into this bit. This is where it gets cut off here. So I'm on sandbank 1, and that over there near the bridge is sandbank 2. Sandbank 2 starts to show before sandbank 1, which is why I take it this was really squidgy over that side there near the water. This is now solid, look, solid, so I should be okay. Water's coming in, we'll come in and breach that over there. I've got plenty of time. I need to head over that way there to my box, totally bypass these swans. So I could reel in and chuck out again. Let's do that. This is heavy. Quite a strong pull on the tide there, because that was heavy pulling in, and obviously I'd walk back as well, so it was out even further. Bait is still on. So let's get that chucked out again. Tide's coming in. I said I wouldn't be here, didn't I? And I'm now debating about throwing that again. Right, I've casted over there. for one reason, and that's because I'm going to walk over there. So cast her to the left, and I'm now walking to the left. Tide is coming in. I've got water in front of me in these ponds, as you can see. My two mates are seagulls, big seagulls, aren't they? Yeah, that's one there at the front's watching me, look. He'll always be alive, won't he? Let's get this down there. Let's get round onto that bank over there. So yeah, need to so the swan's got his head up. Here we've been. Wife's up there. We've got all this wooden pier that was here where this factory used to be. They obviously used to offload and load boats here, and they had the dock here to dock the boats. And then we've got my two mates, the swans, and then we've got the bridge and the sandbank. As you can see, water's coming in. I was fishing out there in the water, but I had to come in now. And here we are. Look, the water's just down here. So we need to make a hasty escape over here. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, big escape. Might go to the bank. That ain't doing my ratchet any good. Can't worry about that. So we'll stop there for a sec. Tide is coming in here now. There's a little tiny mouth and it's coming in here, and it'll backfill behind me. So it might be a good idea actually for me to get over near my box. So I can pull that across there. Sorry about the clicker again. Needs must, you know. I'm not fishing like I always do at Bay 28, where it's all comfy. Right, I am safe. I have just walked across there. You can see my feet. You only sink about 2 inch and then you're onto the sand. And up here there's no end of bricks, bits of rubble and the like. So we have a few minutes up here with this last cast. There you go. You watch that for a minute. Let me get this tripod set up. I got new rod. The rod's on the rod rest at long bloody last. Yeah, so sand spout next time with the gear. I'm now going to sort my box out. I can now walk around. I feel like a free man. So I'm going to sort my box out, get everything. Well, I can't sort it all out, can I? I've got to take it up there as well. I might need to walk that way a bit and go over. But this mud should be all right. I am going to get muddied up. I've got a weight here. Well, I did have a weight. Oh no, I've chucked it in my box, didn't I? Did I chuck it in my box? Yep, chucked it in my box. That's the wife. Hello. Yeah, I know. Oh, bloody hell. What's the time? Of course it's... Yeah, I've got to goop out. I've got to move my stuff back. I ain't got time to talk. In that time I've been turned my back, it's coming in on me at the front as well. Bye. How about that then? In the time that I put my tripod on with my fishing rod, look at this. All that where I was stood has gone. This water has literally gone in and fished what I said to you was ponds. Yeah, what I called ponds has gone. And the swans are now in water. So you couldn't write that. That's how quick that came in. So I left at the right time. Time now is, and leave these times in, Tom, because I need these times for my reference, 16:34. So it's just gone up past 4. I need to get this up and out of the road. You ain't watching me, are you? But you are now, possibly. I need to get this up the bank and then I'll come down from the rod so you can watch me if you like. Look at this. In that time the water is at my tripod. Yeah, I need to turn this camera off. I need to vacate the area and get it up there out the road. Tide is coming in quick. Right, I'm out of harm's way now. The swans, well, they're now having a swim. So yeah, I'm out of harm's way now. So what I'll do is I shall walk down to the shoreline. I'll leave this running, walk down to the shoreline, and sorry about all the banging, but it's just the way this video is going to be. It's going to be a bit raw, and yeah, anyhow, shall reel it in, pack it up, and now I'm going to walk along there. I shall move my stuff right up and then walk along, see if I can find any more weights. Because it's good to risk your life, isn't it, for a £1.50 weight, isn't it? Still had bait on, and managed to get the bait elastic off, so no bait elastic polluting the place. So I'll put you under my tripod, right? Rod's gonna need cleaning, like it always does, but it's full of mud this time. Wife has come down this way. You'll set your chair up down. I've got nowhere to put anything that is going to stay clean, so I need to put that possibly there for it to get as less muddy as possible. Turn that round. Yeah, you don't need a fishing box, I tell you. This is the last thing to bring. I might even just dump that in there and sort that out at the van. I've got mud on my top. Now then, I think I've put where did I put that? Because the little button they have on these reels nowadays, the line won't fit in it. Must be in this pocket. I am covered in mud. Right, I don't know where that's gone. Is it in the box? No. Well, I'm just going to have to hope that my line don't all come undone. Take this off. Thing is, I'll take my rod rest now and put it up there in the where it's clean. Well, where it's not so muddy. Undo the handle. And like I say, next time I come here, I shall be far more organised. And once that's in the bag, that shouldn't come undone. Hat. Oh. Bag. This might need to go in the washing machine. Oh dear. All that mud. Gonna have to get rid of that. Well, thanks for watching this video if you've got this far, and thanks for watching it even if you've only watched 2 minutes. I've now got my sun hat on, so it's a case that I'm not burning so much. But yeah, this session is over. It's been fantastic being there, doing something totally out of your comfort zone and out of the ordinary. Yes, I did sink at times. I wouldn't recommend anybody to do it. It's dangerous. Just watch this and then think, no, he's right, it's dangerous. But it was good fun. I will be back again after saying all that, because I've learnt from it, and with the different gear that I bring, it's going to be a doddle. So but those dangers are still there. So thanks for watching Verns Sea Fishing. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and ring the bell for all notifications. It means so much to me, and it would be great for my channel to pick up again and get quite a few more subscribers, even though the subscribers I've got now are fantastic, and appreciate everything. I do this for you so you don't have to, and if you do like it, you can have a go, can't you? But don't do this one, do a different fishing trip that I've done at a different place. So thanks for watching, and I'm going, and I'll see you in the next one, which will probably be on the beach. See you later, and thanks a lot. Give us a wave, pet. This bit's firm, you just have to wait for the right length of time.